that $2,000 is worth $2,000.
Exactly.
Now, the value of $2,000.
Yeah.
The value of that $2,000 now
Yeah.
is not going to be the same value 10 years from now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's good to invest that money somewhere.
Yeah.
So that it can be worth still the value of what you would get for $2,000.
Yeah.
Be that amount or more in the future.
Because I know I'll just pluck away at it, right? So I was like, let me just, and you know this, like, I don't know if I told you what stocks I bought.
You did, I think.
No, and then I really got, so it's just something that's fun for me too, like just to go through it. But I got Netflix, Apple.
I'm not gonna lie to
See,
you. Like,
really?
Like, and the thing is, like I have it as part of like my 401k and whatnot from previous jobs, but like I took $1,500 worth of stocks. I bought $1,500 worth of stocks like 8 or 9 years ago, and flipped that into. Granted, like I just bought 4 things and let them sit. Nothing crazy. I bought Amazon like 10, 12 years ago.
I hate you.
And
that's all I wanted for Christmas.
I thought I was overpaying for it then. That stock.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know how much you paid?
Yeah, I paid like $95.
Wow.
That stock is like around $500.
I know.
And I sold it at like $325. Also knowing that I didn't want to sell it, but at the time I needed that money for down payment. Like I flipped $1,500 into like $9,500.
Yeah.
I didn't add any money to it, which is stupid to me. I could have made so much more money, but that $9,500 was part of our down payment.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. Like, I just want to have my son play. Like, I want him to learn the value of it, and he can have fun with it too. That's what I'm saying. Just little fun stocks. It don't have to be anything expensive, but something he can learn. Like, okay, by the time I'm 10, I already know I got like $5,000. He ain't touching it, but it's there, and just continue on.
Look, it is a risk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is. I'm not going to try to pretend like it's not what it is. It is gambling, but however, in my opinion, it's the safest form of gambling.
Yeah. Especially if you're not trying to touch it. Like, some people, they want to take the money out in a year.
Some people get afraid. I'm just like, let it be money that you're willing to be okay losing.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good advice. You can have some right there, too. Oh, wait. All right. Yeah, everybody ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Wait. It's Lupin and what is yours?
Come Clean.
Come Clean. Thank you. Okay.
We're good to go.
Hey, boos.
Hi.
Welcome to our 7th episode. Why I looked at you?
I don't know, because she was like, help.
Right? And I'm like, abort. All right.
Abort mission.
Right? Hey, boos. Sorry about that. My mind went blank. Remember, I'm pregnant. Baby brain. Just stick with me. But welcome to our 7th episode called Lupin. I love that name, Lupin. Based on the Netflix show. I hope y'all watched it. It was really, really good. Right, Lou? Oh, my God. Yeah. Excellent. How do you say excellent in French?
That's it, French word.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much.
Lord. I'm not smarter than a 5th grader.
No, it's not. I mean, yeah.
It was excellent. We loved it. We was like, we need to make this into a show about scamming and perceptions. And
yes.
Some of y'all need to come clean.
Yes. Come clean.
We're going to talk about that coming clean as well, with your skincare and what work you've had done, what work you want to have done. We're not judging. We're for it.
We're here for it.
We're all for it. So we're not judging on that.
Yes.
And I want you to tell me, I'm going to name some celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Because you're good with that. I'll be like, no, she ain't had no work. Then you'd be like, Kawana, stop.
Yeah.
Like, gasp, right? Yeah. And then Lupin.
Yes.
The show. And have you ever dated scammers or? Yeah. Professional, a gentleman burglar, as he was referred to. I love that.
And for those who don't know what that is, it's a Netflix series.
Yes.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's actually a French show. I think in episode 2, I was like, this is a French show. They're speaking French. And they're just having like English captions and they have English voiceovers.
Yeah.
But the English voiceovers are so good that it's like once you start paying attention of the movement of their lips, I'm like, they're speaking French. They're not speaking English.
Right.
And Kay was like, really, Lou? I was like, I mean, I was completely blown because the voiceovers were so excellent. They were really great.
They were, because we've seen a lot of bad ones, but that, it
It was
good.
great.
And I think he's hot.
He is. He's quite. When I first, what's his name? Do we know his name?
Omar Sy.
Okay.
That's his real name.
Omar Sy. When I first laid my eyes on him, I was just like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then as the show progressed, I was like, yo,
he's sexy. He's sexy.
He's sexy.
He's
definitely sexy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind dating.
Would you prefer
Such a
handsome guy or a sexy guy? Because there's difference.
Ooh, I would rather a sexy guy.
Yeah, me too.
You know?
Yeah.
I would definitely prefer someone that's sexy.
Yeah, I agreed.
Mhm.
Agreed 120%. So, yeah.
And the first part, we're going to be coming clean. And for those who don't know what that means is, like, I feel like enhancements, like cosmetic enhancements, plastic surgery is something I feel like there's people who praise it and don't mind sharing their journey when it's their body. But when it comes down to facial enhancements, I think a lot of people, they're not coming clean about it. And I'm over it. I mean, sometimes it's almost like, oh my God, you want to be tasteful, you don't want to share. And you want to make it seem like, oh, I just look like this because
I just woke up this
I woke up this morning and this is what I do. And, sometimes it is that, I would say like over the years, like my yoga practice, my meditation has definitely enhanced my outer appearance, but let's call a spade. I've gotten shit done before. I'm not going to sit here and deny it. The first time I got filler, I was 28 years old. I got voluma in my, on the contours of my face, but there was a reason why I got it. I got it because I lost a lot of weight. I lost a significant amount of weight. I went from 193 to 167. That's almost 30 pounds. And you could see it in my face. So, you know what I mean? I was something that I wanted to do for myself. And, some people make it seem like, oh my God, why would you even do that? You're beautiful. It's not about being beautiful. It's just like, that shit was bothering me. And I wanted to fix it. But I was not necessarily ashamed. Now, as the time progresses, no one would actually ask me, but I would say I was a little bit I didn't want to.
You didn't want to tell people?
I didn't really want to volunteer unless I was amongst people that I felt like it was a safe space for me to say it. So I can understand, but now that it's something so normal.
Yeah, I feel like your friend group and my friend group, I don't think people would care.
The people don't care. They're into it. But I think being more vocal about it and, okay, yeah, so what? I got voluma. So what? I went and got sculpture in 2019. You know what I mean? It's something that I own. Okay, shit, fuck it. I did it. So what?
I want to have work done. I'm just too scared.
Oh,
I know. I'm just too scared.
And for those people who think that they naturally, just wake up like this and don't, I'm about to knock your socks off. So your girl, Lou, did a little bit of research and I wrote this down. And according to the American Society of Plastic Surgeons and the American Board of Corrective Surgery, minimally invasive include chemical peels and dermabrasion and microdermabrasion. So, you're like, oh, I don't really do nothing. I just do chemical peels once in a while and I'll just do a little bit of microneedling. Those still fall under as cosmetic enhancements. And that knocked my socks off too. I was like, chemical peels too?
Right? You was just talking about that.
I done got chemical peels, microdermabrasions.
I love microdermabrasion.
Microdermabrasions. I done got Fraxel. I done got microneedling. I've done it all. I done 4 of those things on that list. And I never looked at it as being something because I'm not doing any injectables. I'm not really, but it is still considered a minimal invasive procedure.
That's crazy to me.
And and I'm just like, I thought I'd bring that to the light. I'm sure a lot of people have an idea, or they don't want to seem as they're fully committing to doing enhancements. That falls underneath it as well.
I'm committed.
You're committed.
I am committed. I love a microderm. And ironically, I haven't been able to get one. Well, one, because I'm pregnant, right?
No, you can get microdermabrasion.
They told me I couldn't. Well, the last place I went to.
Okay, so then that's what it is. It's whatever they say.
But also because like the pandemic, that's been really, I don't know why, it's just been really hard for me to find a good facial place with a microderm.
I would think microdermabrasion was fine because it was topical. They're not injecting anything.
I think it's something like the machine that they use.
Yes, a diamond tip machine, but I don't know how that has to do with anything with internal ingesting.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah. Like I know like any chemical process, microdermabrasion is not chemical process. Like you're not recommended to color your hair when you're pregnant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the pneumonia.
Oh.
Yeah, so like certain things like that and getting anything with chemical process, but microderm is not. It's topical.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing too invasive. I mean, it's invasive on the front, like chemical peels, no, but it's on top, is the surface. But whatever they say is
right. Just go
gold.
Yeah.
So if they're saying,
but I am getting microderm later this year, and I can't wait.
yeah, it's beautiful. Just kind of giving yourself a fresh like skin, and it's good upkeep. But I feel like. I thought this was something to really go hand in hand with the latter end of the episode with Lupin, because it's just like we're out here fooling folks, y'all. Like,
she's good with spotting stuff.
I mean, we're out here fooling folks. And I don't care what kind of surgery you had, if it's been injectables or even on your body. We're all out here Lupining folks. Okay. we are. No matter how you look at it, if you're dating a guy who's a scammer, or like us women, enhancing our appearances through surgery, injectables, whatever. It comes hand in hand. So
I actually love going on dates after I do get a microderm.
Oh, yeah.
They be like, oh, your skin is glowing. I'm like, thank you.
I cannot. I mean, yeah. Yeah. So I feel like it's on both ends, like both spectrums. We're all somewhat doing things to either enhance our appearance. Well, they're all enhancing your appearance. It's the outer, is what people see.
Yeah.
Opposed to not so. So I would appreciate more people came clean about it and stop out here and fooling folks. Like, you got it done, sis. Stop it.
Or somebody like me who wants to get it done, but
or you frown on people, like you don't like low-key have small desires of your heart to do this just the same.
I sure do. I'm just scared of catties. What is a scaredy cat?
Yeah, you scary. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's fine. All. But I think it's a great thing if you feel good about what you're doing and how you're doing it, or even just doing like small surgeries, like to make yourself feel better, look better, whatever. It's just like own that shit and come clean about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm over it. I kid you not. I had a friend who would tell me she went through a whole body surgery and now she's acting like that's how her body was. What? Your body was never like that, sis. Stop.
Not never.
Not never.
Yes.
Like and it's to the point like I can't. I cannot sit in her presence. Like, do I need to pull out a camera from back in the day?
From 10 years ago?
Because this is, well, not even 10. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's not do that. Like, it's just like owning what we're doing. Come clean about it. Like, own that. Like, knowing that, okay, I got it done. Like, I know how it feels. It's almost like I forgot what it's called. Like you're kind of like embarrassed. You don't want no one to know that you went underneath. And, because that's how I felt. Like, I went and got a consultation with was she a nurse? Is she a nurse?
I think so.
Yeah, Aunt Hazel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went with her and she got, I don't know. I think she's a doctor now. But anyway, whatever. I went and got a consultation for sculpture, ended up getting it. And I was like, my feeling, how I felt when I left her office, I was super embarrassed. I mean, I even went home and lied to my boyfriend. It was like, oh, my dental stuff has my face swollen. He's like, yeah, you're really swollen right now. And I was like, oh, I don't feel good. He's like, you probably should ice your face. And I think low key he knew that I got shit done, but he was just kind of like, she's embarrassed. Because I mean, like I rode on a train, like I was so embarrassed. I feel like people were staring at me, and I can see how it's like some kind of like a shame. You feel a little shame because it's like, oh, I can't believe I went and did this and blah, blah, blah. But like, it doesn't matter. Like 2 weeks later, I felt fabulous because I looked good. But it's just like that, you know, that feeling you get when you first do it. And you're like, oh my God, I look horrible. I can't believe I did this. The shame of me. Opposed to feeling that
I'm about to look good in 2 weeks.
Keeping that same energy when you first went in, like, oh, I'm going to go in there. And I still get that. And I'm sure most people do get that, like when they know they're about to get something done and they're like feeling good, like, oh, I'm about to be snatched. I'm about to look bomb. But then like when you get it done, you feel like this kind of sense of like, why did I do it? It doesn't mean I don't love myself. Like, you know, you go through it, and then next thing you know, then you're in grief, and then a part of your grieving stage, you're in denial. Like it's like that stages that you constantly go through. As like,
I'll let y'all know how I feel when I actually do something.
Yeah, I mean, so and then maybe there's reactions that are different, but I think there's so many people like fronting that you don't need to.
So I wanted to, you know, she knows I would love to get the vampire facial.
Yeah.
But I was just waiting for like a big event. But it's like, I don't know. Should I just go for it?
I think
or
you
should
should.
you just wait to some big event to come up to do it?
I don't know. I'm really into trying things out first. Like especially like the vampire facial, you could do like you probably do it once or twice a week. I mean, not twice a week, excuse me, once or twice a year or something.
Yeah.
I feel like why not try it and see how your skin reacts to it?
Okay.
So once you do it and you see how it looks and you really like the results for it. So when you're like maybe like let's just say you got it this year, right? You got it this year. You're like, whoa, my skin was glowing. I went out, I did stuff. It was great. And then you get married the next year. Like maybe you want to look the same.
Like, your skin looks amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, for your, you know, I think it's necessary. And because you, opposed to just jumping into it for the first time, I really don't suggest that.
Okay, so I'm going to get a vampire facial this year.
Yeah.
I feel more comfortable with that than the Botox. I don't know why I think it's going to be less painful. I don't know why.
Well, you have to really know why you want Botox.
I just want to look like this forever.
Well, there's other options besides Botox.
Or fillers. I don't care. I just want to try something.
Okay, you want to try something. Yeah.
So
I feel like for me, and I can only talk about myself, I always feel like I knew what I wanted and I got consult for that. And I did my own research. So for you ladies who are thinking about, you know, doing some cosmetic enhancements, clearly chemical peels, microdermabrasions, Fraxel, microneedling are also things that are included in that. I think you should get consulted first. Okay. Anytime that you're trying to do any, you know, same way like you'll get a consult for your body or any whatever, you definitely should do it for your face as well.
That's great advice.
Get other opinions, shop around. I mean, the first time I got filler, I shopped around.
Okay.
I was in Atlanta. I went to like 3 different doctors and it was my first time. And I went to the person who was less scary because, you know, I went to a person and said he was going to give me this and he was going to give me that and he's going to give me this. And it's so much better when you go in, the consult being a little bit more educated, like what kind of filler, what it does. So you're not completely oblivious to what they're suggesting. Like, for instance, like I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but I don't like the lower end of fillers. So the reason why is because I'm not a kind of person who's going to be getting touched up every quarter. That's not realistic for my lifestyle. So I rather pay top tier dollar on a filler where I probably, you'll probably see me once a year opposed to like 4 times a year for the same thing. Like,
that's really good advice, though.
Yeah.
'Cause I think I'm just out here living on a whim. Like, okay, let's just do this. But
yeah,
you're
I
right,
want
should-
stuff that's lasting. So I'm going to spend a higher ticket because you ain't going to see me. You're going to, and I always set that right then and there. I'm like, I'm high maintenance to a degree. You're not going to see me here. You see me
Right.
today, you probably won't see me till 8 months. If not next year, if not a year and a half. I'm just not that girl. So give me the best quality that you have. And even though that may come with a higher ticket amount, but I'd rather go that route.
Yeah.
I'd rather go that route because
Yeah.
there's no way I'm going to be getting Botox touch-ups or wrestling touch-ups because it worn down after 4 months. Get the hell out of here. Like, I'm not that. You know,
Not
there's
that
some
committed.
people who do that and that's their route and that's fine. But I prefer like doing like maybe, and also, and maybe I'm just not a Botox girl too. Maybe I want to do, or a wrestling girl, whatever. You know, maybe I want to do Voluma. Or maybe I want to do, you know, I've done Voluma and sculpture. Those are the only two. And I've done something else. And that I've done one more thing.
Let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
For somebody like me, or you ladies out there who are like me, who haven't had a consultation, probably too scared, right? Is it best to like, because I have an idea of how I want to look. So is it okay like to bring them pictures of somebody? Just for an idea, or is that gonna, or you know how like sometimes people are so unrealistic, it's like no. But if I give you an idea of a picture of how I want to look, like would that work?
Okay, so I'm on the fence with that.
Okay.
Because you are yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in my world, I don't want to look like anyone else but me.
Mm-hmm.
So I would look at my own self and see what I would want for myself. Because there's no one I want to look like.
Okay, so here's my example, right? And you told me she's had work done, which I'm still like gasping over. My goal is to look like Angela Bassett.
How do you think Angela Bassett stays like
But
that?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're saying she's had work done, but I want to look like her when I get her age.
Yeah, but also keep in mind, Angela Bassett has an amazing lifestyle, meaning like a very healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
So even if she has had work done as far as like maybe a little enhancements here and there, her lifestyle adds up. You know what I'm saying? The way she eats, her active lifestyle, that has so much to do with it. And that's why so for instance, like the higher ticket items have a direct correlation to your lifestyle. Because because essentially they're all hyaluronic acid, right? So high potency of hyaluronic acid to kind of fill out. That's something your body naturally produces. So if you're doing that, how are you maintaining it? Are you drinking your water? Are you staying active? You know what I mean? It all depends on how fast your body metabolizes things as well and how it maintains and sticks. So
good advice.
It's all of those things. So that's why like Angela Bassett, she's going to be bad until she's 60, 70 because her lifestyle is amazing.
She is in her 60s. I gotta Google that later, but she's so
amazing
good.
looking.
Yeah.
She does probably her yoga practice, her meditate, whatever she's doing. Whatever she's paying for. It has every direct correlation to how her lifestyle, what she's congesting her body, what she does. I believe that she's not a big drinker either.
Yeah, I don't think
she's not a big drinker. Smoking, all of that stuff has everything to do. It's okay. So like, it's almost like this. You get microneedling done. And the reason why you're getting microneedling done or you're getting a chemical peel because you want to even out your skin tone and you want to banish out your pores, you want to have glowy skin. But you have a poor lifestyle. You eat shit for breakfast and you don't even wear sunscreen. And you don't understand why these are not lasting or it doesn't do as much. It's like a quick fix. Like, no, you have to maintain the results. You have to maintain the results. And I don't think a lot of people don't understand. Like, you can pay top dollar for any surgery, but there's maintenance that it's your upkeep. It's the maintenance. It's like,
I like that you said that, because I would have never thought that, but you're absolutely right.
It's your maintenance. Like, you know, like people
can
be like,
get it done, but it is the maintenance.
It's the maintenance. Anybody can have you can get your whole top and bottom. You can get everything done. Snip, clip, whatever. But if your lifestyle is poor, like, what's the point? It's
you know how many
almost
girls I've seen get plastic surgery on their bodies and stuff like that, and then a year later they look just the same?
Yeah, because they didn't do anything to change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like that's why it's like this book I'm reading. It's on cyberkinetics, and it's nearly about your outer appearance. And the book was it was the first time, this book is old, and I forgot, I think his name is Mark Maltz. And it was he was the first cosmetic surgeon to actually go beyond of just the physical. It's like your psyche. It's a change of mind. So it's just like, you would think, okay, you want to have your lips done, whatever. Let's say something popular now. You want to get your lips done, and you want to make them bigger, and you get them done, and let's just say you would think like, okay, you got your lips done, they're bigger, you should be happy now. That means I got something that I wanted equals happiness. But that has nothing to do with your mind here. If you always felt insecure about your lips, it doesn't matter if your lips are small, big, whatever they are, you're always going to have that insecurity about them and want more, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like, it goes beyond your psyche. So if you're making enhancements to your skin, to your whatever, to your whole cosmetic, your whole makeup, just have some ownership of the maintenance you have and what you need to sacrifice to maintain that. You know what I mean?
I like that. Yeah.
That's just it. Yeah. You gotta make that sense. So it's just not everybody's gonna be as disciplined.
Yeah, that's not
everybody's gonna be, and we could clearly tell she's a true walking testimony. Like, she looks so even amazing. Jennifer Lopez,
she had work done.
She denies it, but she has. But she look at her lifestyle too. She works out. You know what I'm saying? She does what she has an upkeep. This upkeep here, because people think that, the plastic surgery or cosmetic enhancement is gonna solve your problems or your insecurity. It does not. There is a upkeep that goes along with that. Period.
I heard she doesn't even eat food with salt. I'm like, how do you do that?
That's her. See what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it just requires a level of sacrifice.
Yeah, discipline.
Discipline that you gotta go through. Like, and that's that.
We came in here with water and blueberries, y'all.
You know,
what
like,
y'all eating?
Yeah,
what like eating.
Like, I would say, when I first got my first procedure, dermal filler done, the guy told me like what I would need to do, and he's like, it's based on your, how you eat and your lifestyle and what you do. And I was like, well, I do work out, I do this. He's like, all right, so you should be fine. It's gonna probably last longer than what most people do. He's like, because sometimes people smoke so much, they're so exposed to so many like alcohol and all that. They said that stuff wears on them quick, or people who are like nightlife drivers, like, like they live in a nightlife and they don't really do much, like as far as like during the day to upkeep themselves. There's like, it's not going to last for them. They're always going to feel like they need more. You know what I mean? When they're like, nah, you could actually, this is probably good enough. But
that's interesting. What am I thinking? So what do you say to people who don't want you to know that they've done work on themselves, but it's like, girl, it's so clear and obvious. Like, I guess we should just leave them alone and let them. Yeah,
that's something they would like. Just come, that's for you. That's your life to live with. You don't live with us, so it's your true testimony. But like sometimes, I feel like it's such a relevant conversation, and what I'm learning is like people love to hear about your experience, because you never know, you might inspire or influence someone else because maybe they're thinking about it. Maybe you're putting that on the table and say I went and I did this and I did that and I did that, I think it's really good. Like I have a really good friend that does that, and she looks great.
I would never thought like a microderm. The things that you mentioned were considered like
Invasive.
Yeah.
They're invasive, minimal, but it's invasive. It's altering somewhat of your appearance to look better. So I guess it does fall. I mean, of course, it's not as big as getting a filler, but it's still something.
I'm gonna do it one day.
Yeah.
Put it out there.
Just put it out there. Just don't drink alcohol before you do it.
No, I won't.
You might bruise easily.
Okay, but we're gonna do the vampire facial first.
Okay, yeah, that's
in
gonna
my
be fun.
mind. It'll be less painful in my mind.
Mm-hmm. They might dumb you a little bit. You know, they take blood.
I know.
Mm-hmm. So it's fine. It's good. She's gonna look fabulous. It doesn't matter.
Right. I'll let y'all know how that goes. But yeah, to the people out there who are pulling a Lupin and don't want to say anything about their work that they have had done, that's on you.
Yes. Scamming.
Right? Y'all scamming out here. We're not judging. We see it. We're not judging.
You're not scamming like monetarily, but like physical. You out here fooling folk. For real.
We see it. We see it. The Lupins out here.
Oh my God. Have you ever dated one?
Not to my knowledge. I don't think, to my knowledge, I've never dated a scammer, but who knows, right? People lie all the time.
Well, what is a scammer?
Lupin.
No.
But I like the fact that, see, for him, he was considered himself a gentleman burglar.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the question is, would I also date a scammer, right?
Okay. Yes.
I don't think so. Okay. I don't really attract guys like that. And I'm not attracted to them, and they're not usually attracted to me. It's Darwinism at its best. Natural selection. So we just cancel each other out, typically. But if he's a gentleman burglar and he's wears suits, like I love a gentleman and I love a man with a suit on. So we can maybe go on a date. He's polite. I don't know. And all right, I'm also thinking, I was telling her last night that I love El Chapo, right?
She just said that.
I would have dated El Chapo if he wasn't in jail. Yeah, he's in jail, y'all. If you don't know that story, yeah. I think he was really smart though. I don't like ignorant or idiots. Like Lupin was a really intelligent man too. I would have dated him.
You would have.
I think so.
Okay.
I'm just being honest.
He's attractive.
He's sexy as hell. He's definitely my type. Dark skin, tall.
Well, let me ask you this. Would you be trying to have him stop doing that lifestyle? Like stop living that lifestyle? Would you try to convince him that there's other things?
At my age now, I don't know, because I feel like, again, he is a scammer and they lie as a profession, right? So it's like, yeah, babe, I'm going to stop. And they can probably get all the paperwork in the world to say that I have a professional job and still be lying. So it's like one of the reasons why I don't know if I would ever want to date an actor, right? Right. I know it sounds weird. I just feel like if I dated an actor and they were to say, yo, Kay, I love you. How do I know you're not lying and you're not just acting? I know it sounds weird, but that's how I think in my mind, you know? Like, I don't know if I would ever date an actor because you don't know what, yo, babe, I wasn't cheating on you. Were you? Or are you acting? You know, is this an Oscar-worthy moment
so
right now?
Clearly, actors are Lupins as well.
Are they not?
No.
No, ma'am, they're not.
No, they're not.
Yeah, so
it's a character.
Okay.
I guess I could see where you're saying though. Like,
yeah,
because Lupin is essentially a character too. He conforms to different people to get what he wants.
Yeah, yeah. I'm only because I think he was intelligent and I think he's sexy. Would I want to date him? Date? I don't know about marry.
Yeah,
you know, there's a difference between want to date somebody and actually want to build with them and things like that too.
Yeah.
I would want to date him. I don't know about going further. But again, I don't typically attract dudes like that, and they don't like me.
How do you know? I used to say that. How do you know that they don't like you?
It's clear. Like when we're out in a club, a rooftop or something, I don't attract rappers, thugs.
Thugs? Wow. What? Okay.
The
this
dude
we're
in
getting
front
very
of the
loose with
bodega?
these terms.
No, I'm not. Like the dude in front of the bodega, they don't try to talk to me. I don't attract those type of dudes.
Okay.
So I can't assume. I don't know about a Lupin because he was a gentleman. I might attract that guy, a gentleman, but I just don't attract dudes like that.
I know it. Listen, I'm just being tough. I know what you mean. I understand.
Them rappers be looking at me like, no. You know what I'm saying? And I be looking at rappers like, like.
She not about that life.
Not my type. It's Darwinism at its best.
Natural selection.
It really is.
I love it.
We're canceling each other out. Like, I look at you, you look at me, and it's like, okay.
It's
I'm
a
gonna
no.
look this way. Yeah.
It's gonna be a no for me.
Hell yeah, you know that. Like,
oh my goodness. No, I actually dated an ex scammer. He was very he came clean about that, and he told me about a bad experience he had. But he definitely talked about how much money he had, and I was like, damn, I wish you had money now. When we were together, because that was a struggle. I was like, you didn't save none of that money. That's the only thing. It's just like, if you're not trying to better yourself, like, because that lifestyle it's
so temporary.
It's so temporary.
It is.
And if you
all good things come to an end.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's so temporary. Like, I would want you to do the smartest thing with it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're like just coming up 10 and then you after a while, it's greed. Now you're becoming greedy. So now you have to come up bigger and bigger and bigger. And that to me is greed. And that's one of the 7 deadly sins. I'm not, but it's just like, it becomes a little bit too much.
For me, it's an intelligence factor. Like, I like smart guys. I like guys that read books, you know. I'm thinking, I used to have an ex, he used to love Joe Rogan, so he would always send me clips with things like that. I like guys like that I can meet in a bookstore. That's the guy I like. The rapper, me and Young Thug, no. That ain't happening. But so, again with Lupin, I think he was an intelligent man, so that makes it a little bit different.
Yeah.
So it's like, who are you talking to when you're talking about scammers and things like that? Let's be very clear. I'm not condoning violence or anything illegal. But I also wanted to point out, and I'll be very clear that this country at least, America, the wealthiest families and the most respected families came from scammers and bootleggers, drug dealers and things like that. I'm thinking your Trumps, your Vanderbilts, your Kennedys, your Sean Carters, all of that money, that wealth that they have now, all came from illegal businesses and things like that. And these are the wealthiest, most respected families in America, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you don't respect these people when they're at the bottom, but when they get to a certain degree or a social status, not knowing where their money originally came from, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. I don't want to judge because Trump became president. Where did his family get the money from, right? Shoddy real estate deals and things like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to judge Lupin, but I think it's an intelligence thing. Like, how are you flipping this money? What are you using it for? Jay-Z. He's a billionaire, right? I think he's a billionaire now, right? They were intelligent with it. They had a whole, Rockefeller?
You had a plan. Like you saw the bigger picture. So I can see what you're saying. Like, that's where the support comes in. But I feel like if you're doing it out of greed and you're just come up a quick 10 or quick 5 or quick 6, and it's just like, that's where it becomes that addictive lifestyle. It's like, it's addictive because you're not really coming up, or you're not actually doing anything to better yourself or better your situation. It's just like coming up with fast money. And
I don't think Lupin
years,
was like that.
and yet he wasn't.
Yeah.
So years and years of, doing that, it's like kind of, or you're just doing it for the material things. You're not really necessarily doing to make a difference in your life. You're just doing it for material. So it appears as though you have, when you really don't, you know what I mean? So it's just
you make
like
it and you lose it just as quickly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So like I'm not really into that. I actually, when he stopped, I actually was more happy because it seemed like also very dangerous lifestyle.
I would imagine.
And then the experience that he had was kind of life-changing for him. So it was just kind of like, of course, I wouldn't want, if I'm in a relationship with someone who was, as long as it's not endangering you, like, and then of course I don't want you to do it forever because I don't
Were you ever worried that he was lying to you and that he did go back to being a scammer or whatever the case may be?
Oh, he is now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, full time.
Are you serious? I mean,
sources say
right?
that no, I was kidding. But he is.
Yeah.
But because I don't know, whatever, but that's his business. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's just has nothing to do with me. But yeah.
Okay.
That is not, it has absolutely nothing to do with me. So
if a guy told you that he was a gentleman burglar or he had an illegal job, would you date another one again?
An illegal job?
Yeah. I don't know what they say.
An illegal job.
It's not legal. You want to date and he's selling, and you ask, oh, what do you do for a living? He says, it's an illegal job.
I'd be like, oh, tell me more. Let's do a deep dive on that.
You know,
and
me
then,
from the last episode, I'll just sit there all night.
I actually would like to hear because and also I would want to be open to, first of all, I would be taken back by his honesty.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people are out here fronting and lying a lot. So I would be taken by, I'll be taken back by his honesty. I would want to know, and I would want to see where his mind is, his game plan. Then that's when I'm actually looking closely. And I hate to, it's like the way he speaks, his thought process, his this, his that. Because I don't want to date no dummy, especially if you're doing an illegal business. Like, I don't want to date a dummy, especially that, because you have a lot at stake, believe it or not. So I would want to. I wouldn't necessarily judge. I would hear him out, and see what he's doing with his money and how he is planning to get. Because like I said, I'm not really into like people who's doing those things for the rest of their lives. You know what I mean?
What is your game plan to get out?
What's your game plan to get out? Like, we don't have to live like this, especially if for me, like, I'm a well-to-do woman. You know what I mean? I know I'm a living testimonies of a testimony of like being able to get it the right way. It may take some time, but I don't feel like that has to be everybody's option.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. Maybe people will differ, but I feel all roads, obviously, God has a lot to do with it, but some of them you can take other routes.
Do you feel you attract guys like that?
I used to. You know what? Can I be honest with you? I always wanted to when I was younger.
Okay.
I always wanted to because it seemed like this glamorous lifestyle that came along with it. And it was just like, but then I saw that it was not something I really essentially wanted. Because then when I think about my morals and how I was raised and my family and my mom and dad's union, I see that that's not something they saw.
Shout out to the honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's something they saw. So, they look at relationships very differently than, of course, obviously I do, so.
I've never been into guys like that, really. And they've never been into me.
Yeah. And the thing is that it's because you haven't been into them too.
I'm like,
that energy you put out.
Yeah,
so so now as I sit down today, like, it's almost like I feel like I have to go back to the drawing board.
Okay.
Because it's just kind of like, what do you, I'm want more of like a relational, like a person who knows what a relationship is and what that requires and the accountability piece. Like, there's so much, and I don't really necessarily mean that that means they have this occupation or that occupation. I think it's more so what their background looks like, or if it is different, what are they doing to move in that direction? Okay. So I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I like your honesty in that you're open to dating all types of dudes.
Yeah.
As opposed to me, I'm definitely more judgmental.
Yeah.
We all know that if you know me. But
I think that's I don't want to put that out there either. Like, no, I don't want to put out that I'm open to dating all types of dudes because I'm not.
Oh, okay.
That's a negative. I'm not open to dating all types of dudes.
You're not gonna date anybody.
No.
I misspoke with that.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Oh, I know.
That you are more open than I am. And I wish that I need to work on that probably. I'm trying to be a better person.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be an adult. Yeah.
I'm trying to win as an adult.
I'm trying to win as an adult, y'all.
Yeah, we're all here trying to win.
But Lupin is sexy, and I would go out on a date.
Some of the story is.
Yeah. That's what that is.
In conclusion.
Right? Ladies, and you know what? There are plenty of ladies, they love dudes like that. They love for real. They're love street dudes, and that's cool too. So definitely let us know in the comment section, like, would you date Lupin?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Would you date a Lupin?
Yeah.
You know what? This episode is making me want to go like I'm manifesting like my next person, and I'm like, oh, do I need to include some certain things? Because I got a pretty nice list going. Yeah. And I was like, maybe should I go back to it?
Right. Yeah. Hey.
I should go back.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But definitely let us know. Lupin, a yay or nay.
Is that an up or a down?
Right. All right. Thank you so much for sticking with us this episode, and definitely drop in the comment section. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you for the next episode. Bye. You better not be a Lupin. Baby
That was
Ponsu.
fun. That was fun.
Yeah. I want to be better.